victorious in the upper bracket finals, he now has the commodity of an upper bracket reset advantage. If he wins, he will immediately be earned the gold medal. All right, gentlemen, please shake hands as a sign of good sportsmanship. Thank you, Thailand and the Philippines, and may the best athlete win.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your grand finals. And the winner of this will be getting the prestigious gold medal here at the 30th SEA Games for Tekken 7.
Can you believe that? How crazy is that? It seems only yesterday that we were playing in arcade, just hoping to defeat the player right across of us. But now, these two players, Thailand's Hempamorn and the Philippines' Laverez, are playing for an actual gold medal here at SEA Games 2019.
Bringing home their country some pride with the game they grew up and fell in love with, I'm sure. And we have Hempamorn of Thailand versus Laverez of the Philippines, again at 30th SEA Games, putting esports in the map, especially Tekken 7. So excellent stuff. You see a lot of smiles, but once the game loads, you know Laverez is going to put that stone cold face and focus.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that's something that's really enjoyable about these Tekken players right here. They're going to be really angry at each other, very serious in the middle of the match, but once they get off, it's all like a huge family. Everyone's just having fun with each other, sharing tips, helping each other improve. So it's definitely something that any person out there who's interested in esports should try to experience.
For sure. Fighting game community. More emphasis on the C, which is the community, ladies and gentlemen. You see the support of the Thai players and you see the support of the Pinoy players here in the stadium. So you just feel that energy. There's a certain electricity in the air when it comes to fighting games, especially Tekken 7. And the two combatants are getting ready for the match. Let's try to think who these players will be meeting.
It's definitely going to be interesting because, you know, Hempamorn, once you see him, you immediately think Jin Kazama.
Exactly.
We saw it once today and never again. He suddenly made the switch to the two guest characters, guest characters, Akuma and Geese.
Right, and it posed a big threat because with the Akuma, he was able to send Laverez to the lower bracket, and with his tower, he was able to send Omar to the lower bracket.
Yeah, it's one of these for those two characters right there, so it's going to be interesting to see who he picks this time around. Meanwhile, on the other side, Laverez has shown us two characters on this end with Akuma and Shinny.
And Laverez does have the disadvantage of being on the lower bracket, so that means he will have to win and reset, ladies and gentlemen. So if you say he can reset, he won 3 over Hempamorn for him to actually be able to win. It's double elimination. He's going to basically have to eliminate Hempamorn twice.
Yes, it's only fair, basically, because so far Hempamorn has yet to actually lose, and it seems that we're going into the dark side for both of these players. So the Akuma mirror match.
It's a demon fight.
It is. I want to see a clash of raging demons in the middle of this game.
Oh, that would be sick. I wish that would happen. But it's so funny, we're going to the Oma de Sirio. This is Claudio's stage. Claudio is the man in the lower
final na.
demon. So it's just funny how they're able to go inside this cathedral.
Yeah, just invading the cathedral right there, not minding whatever artifacts lie in that whole place. Now here we go once again. Thailand against Philippines. Hempamorn against Laverez. Let's go.
So, just for everyone to know, Hempamorn is showcasing the flamboyant-looking Akuma, while the generic costume of Akuma is being sported by Laverez.
There's a little bit more breezy on that costume right there. Now Hempamorn with a huge life advantage right here from the get-go. Swipes down Laverez. Gets the clean hit into the fireball. Last chance right here for Laverez, and that hit big.
Wow, not even 20 seconds, and Hempamorn making quick work out of Laverez. Interesting stuff. And Laverez make a comeback and figure out the demon that Hempamorn is using.
That 2 into the Tatsumaki is a good start for Laverez for sure, but now both of these players dancing in center stage, trying to find an advantageous position for each of them.
And now Laverez trying to slow down the pace because he realizes if he gets stuck into the big damaging combos that is Hempamorn, he will not have a long set.
That's for sure. Both of these players now sitting at 1 bar apiece. They both have to be very careful on landing those hits. Oh my goodness, Laverez gets the fireball, but unable to confirm with a full combo.
Wow, he's able to teleport away from the offense, and look at that nice dragon uppercut placed by Laverez, and Hempamorn is bleeding red. Is he going to be able to use that Raging Demon? Oh, spans the bar and converts this combo, but the wall may have saved Laverez's life. Less than 10 seconds for him.
And then down for 1-1 lands. Good offense right there from Laverez to keep Hempamorn away, landing those hits, and now it's 1 round apiece.
Still anyone with a nice Tatsu and excellent DP there from Laverez. Oh, good duck there to continue the offense. Now Laverez is slowly pushing Hempamorn to this corner.
Drops the Shakunetsu for the finish, however, unable to reach the wall. Now Hempamorn, more than half of his life, not just like that, but now he's going to be returning the favor with that turn on the EX meter. Wall combo as well. What's he going to do? Heavy Tatsuma.
Excellent position for Hempamorn, and now how will Laverez get himself out of this sticky situation? Okay, nice movement here, and now they reset the neutral. Who is going to commit first?
20 seconds left on the clock. The action comes in from Hempamorn, keeping Laverez at bay. Laverez, however, is on the red right now. The movement from Hempamorn is very troublesome. Burns the meter right there, but another down forward 1-1 lands right here for Hempamorn's side this time.
In terms of bar game, Hempamorn does have a slight advantage because that's good as he gets it just right there. And Laverez still has a lot to catch up on in terms of rounds and bar.
Good combo right here. Is he gonna break the wall? Yes, sir, he does. Now here we go. Dive kick Shakunetsu to push him back further into the other end. A whip punish and also burns the meter. He should be able to reach the wall.
And he does. And Hempamorn, excellent whip punishment there for him to secure himself that 4th round.
Yeah, that's Laverez right there with that round 2. Tries to sidestep once again. Laverez with amazing movement. So far, he's been using a lot of the sidestep into a whip punish with that long-range stagger too.
Yeah, so Tatsu here again. A great combo from Laverez just to gain some advantage here. Excellent activation on the meter there.
Oh, one last hurrah from Hempamorn right here. Gets the get up 3. Shakunetsu, doesn't go for it. Dive kick instead. He has a full meter right here. Down forward 1-1. No block on the second. He burns the first meter. Burns the second.
And look at that, Laverez practicing some patience there. Just laid there for Hempamorn to actually overextend himself, and Laverez was ready for that punch.
Yeah, no need to panic for Laverez right there, and it paid off in the end. Now Laverez walks away with the first game of this set. This is a great start for Philippines Laverez right here, since he does want to reset the bracket. Hempamorn right now, no need for him to panic because he does have the twice to beat advantage.
True. And can I just say, this is the first time that Laverez was able to win against Hempamorn.
Yes,
because the first time they met in this bracket system, Hempamorn 3-0'd Laverez.
Yeah, so it seems that Laverez has finally figured out what he did wrong last time. So let's
see. Yeah, definitely, because Hempamorn again can just adjust his game plan and just keep being the elusive demon that he is with his character.
Yeah, and it's even more interesting because he chose to stick with Akuma instead of making a switch to maybe Peace or Jin or maybe some other mystery pick out there that we have yet to see.
Wow, nice drop from the focus attack there. Hempamorn now is going to collect his huge damage combo, but he drops it.
Oh, very scary stuff right there. There's the focus attack once again. Those power crushes, they do absorb hits, but you have to be careful of lows because it cannot absorb those.
That definitely nullifies the focus attack. Those power crush, the power crush property of that focus attack. And nice movement, really just stuffing any advancement from that jump in from Hempamorn.
There it is again. More focus attacks right there coming out for Laverez. Both players with almost equal life. 17 seconds left on the clock. Hempamorn with the duck this time around. Fishing for that counter is Laverez.
Yep, and now both of these players are in red, and the pistol squat while Laverez was lying down was able to get that round is Hempamorn.
It feels such a huge chunk of damage, which makes it such a threatening tool for Akuma right here.
True. Wow, lands the focus attack and does have 1 bar to spend, but the wall is in his favor. DP for him to slide him against the wall.
Oh, interesting stuff right there. The Shakunetsu catches him on the wake up. Hempamorn in the red right here gets the wall splat, able to realign his axis, gets a combo over to the other end. The sidewall, however, saves Laverez.
It does. Hempamorn is blinking red, and Laverez does have 1 bar to spend. The pistol squat puts Hempamorn ever so closely to losing this second round.
Oh, but he's fighting back a clean hit into that fireball, and the Raging Demon as well. Hempamorn with 2 straight rounds.
I think he's able to adjust to Laverez's game plan. And Laverez with the nod, he is acknowledging that loss. Let's see if he's able to adjust to Hempamorn's game plan.
It's always it's so scary every single time that Akuma has meter. Because even though you have an advantage, it can disappear in just a snap as long as he gets that fireball.
For sure. Now Laverez is in a huge life deficit. How is he going to gain himself back? Get himself back in this game.
Well, he does have a meter in his arsenal, so as long as he gets that fireball, he should be able to close the gap real quick. Hempamorn, however, is already working on one of his own.
He is, and that is a threat that Laverez has to worry about. Again, Hempamorn just jumping in on him. He has the resources to spend, but the dice kick, and oh my goodness, Hempamorn going to make it 3-0, and he gains himself one match, tying the matches in terms of numbers.
Yeah, you said it earlier, Poch. Hempamorn was ready for an adjustment on that previous match against Laverez. Obviously, he was unhappy about how the first match went, and this adjustment really worked out well. 3 straight rounds for the champion of Thailand.
But wow, yes, Hempamorn really flexing this Akuma. Again, it's been a problem throughout the international scene, and now it's posing a threat to the Laverez as he also uses the demon. But so far, Hempamorn was able to adjust in that previous match. How will Laverez answer back?
Yes, he needs to adjust in his own way. And maybe this stage that seems to make him really strong might help in some way right here. Now, Laverez, however, receives that launch from Hempamorn, and Hempamorn doesn't be able to push the wall, breaks the first attack.
Okay, because this is a mirror match, ladies and gentlemen. You are getting the same spots you are getting if you're going to be giving it the wow, and nice adjustment there, but drops the combo. Real estate advantage is still with Laverez, and he is in red, so damage buffs are available, as well as that Raging Demon.
Oh, interesting. Maybe that was what he was trying to do, just crossing over to the other side after a Demon Flip, drops the combo, however, but still gets the final hit, and Laverez gets that first round.
And now he is in the lead in this set. Let's see if he's able to sustain that momentum. But Hempamorn pushing Laverez back to the original side of this stage.
Oh, back to the living room, as we call it right here. Rising 4-4 comes in. Hempamorn piloting so much damage right here. Laverez has a lot of catching up to do.
He does, but a meter can just even things out. So let's see if he's able to use it and cash it in for his advantage. Oh, about 30 seconds on the clock. Still, Hempamorn is winning in terms of life.
Yes, but Laverez does have to face the damage. But no, not quite enough life to survive that attack from Hempamorn. One round apiece between these two players.
And look at this, nice retaliation there from Laverez, gaining a little bit of the life lead, but that can change so fast. And now Laverez locked in with 2 bars. Hempamorn is still with 1. Oh my goodness, the defense and then the teleport away, but Hempamorn chases him down.
Yes, he was ready for the response. The backup plan of Laverez of teleporting away and just chased him down, as you said, Watch. 35 seconds left on the clock. There's a focus attack coming in from Hempamorn, and slowly but surely pushing Laverez towards that great global wall.
Oh, wow, spends the cash early, and look at that. Hempamorn making him pay. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock, and the wall is not in Laverez's favor. And look at that, Hempamorn getting the third round.
Yes.
2-1.
Yes, now Hempamorn 1 round away from taking this match. Laverez, how is he going to be able to survive it? A beautiful dump on that focus attack.
Yeah, excellent play duck there from Laverez. Gets the tatami wall broken, but still needs to catch up in terms of rounds. Can he close it out? Hempamorn still has to work on getting a meter.
2 once again comes out. There's the rising 2, however, from Laverez. Going to be able to push to the wall for sure with that Shakunetsu. Hempamorn is in the red. Last chance for him right here.
Watch out, Hempamorn woke up with some offensive tools at his belt, and look at that. How is Laverez going to get himself out of this? Oh my goodness, I don't think so.
Big deal of that life still left, and there it is. Laverez does manage to survive. Last chance for him. Get up for comes in. No punish. Oh my goodness. And there's a fireball for Laverez, and we're down to the final round in this match.
Just when we thought Hempamorn was going to close it out with that Raging Demon, it was still to no effect because Laverez was able to wake up and still gain that 4th match.
Oh, here we go. Focus attack coming in for both of these players. There's the axe once again. Hempamorn using it to full effect, keeping Laverez out. Laverez does have that meter, but no, not a lot of life left for him.
And now he does have that meter, and will he be able to use it to even things out? out, and Hempamorn realizing that the Tommy wall is to his disadvantage. And now Laverez burns the meter early on. He does have access to rage, ladies and gentlemen. How is he going to use it, or will he be able to use it?
No pulling the trigger on the shot, and down to the fireball, and Laverez was caught pressing buttons afterwards, and Hempamorn takes a second game for this set.
And you can feel the Thailand crowd just really backing up against Hempamorn, and now Laverez is in deep thought, going to character select. Ladies and gentlemen, now Laverez is put in a very tough spot because the character he chooses now is the one he will lock in with throughout this entire set.
That's for sure. Although it's not quite as terrible as some of the previous matches that we saw where they had to play 3 games with the same character basically. This time around he does have 1 game under his belt, so he only has to win 2.
Yes.
So he has to win this one and hope that the opponent won't be able to adjust perfectly to his strategy that he's about to implement on the floor.
For sure. So now, I mean, the pressure is on Laverez, and Hempamorn is so close to the end of the tunnel. You can see the light. You can see the shining gold medal. Can he be able to reach out and grab it, or will Laverez be able to pull him away from it and keep this dance going longer?
We'll just have to find out now. It's a random stage, and we're going to the Arctic Snowball, an infinite stage. No walls to help out these players.
True.
So, plenty of freedom.
Plenty of freedom to run away, plenty of freedom to actually, extend your combos. So these guys have to be thinking now what kind of combos they have to pull out if they get the launch. So again, it is Hempamorn's Akuma that has been terrorizing this tournament. Again, we have yet to see him lose a set. He has been very dominant so far, sporting his Jin, sporting his Howard, and this character right here, the demon that is Akuma.
Yeah, that's true. Untouched basically throughout the winner's bracket. Although Laverez finally gets a first game off of him. Now let's see what he can do with this Shaheen. For now, he's backing away.
Yeah, slowly but surely he has to exact his offense because he doesn't want Hempamorn to gain any bar there, and nice movement. A little off axis, but he definitely maximizes that combo.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about the new screw of Shaheen. No matter which axis he goes, it's very consistent when it comes to combos, and speaking of which, Laverez gets another combo and 7 golden letters for the finish.
So this is the momentum he needs, ladies and gentlemen. Will he be able to sustain this? Because Hempamorn is slowly gaining that meter for him to bump his combo damage.
Yeah, that's for sure. So you gotta be careful. Keep an eye out on that meter at the bottom left part of the screen. Laverez now, slight disadvantage on his side. Hempamorn keeping those low pokes coming in, just making sure that he's in the right range.
True, and wow, nice block on the sandstorm, and Hempamorn was ready for a combo there while he blocked it. And wow, again, getting out of the way of the offense of Hempamorn, just like a bull with a matador.
Good movement from Laverez right here. Hempamorn with a throw break. Still awake, not being very careless right here. Oh my goodness. Burns the meter and goes straight into the raging beam. Such a threat. He has meter, he has range, and that means so much damage.
Yep, the comeback factor definitely goes to Hempamorn with that bar. So Laverez really has to worry about that. Just a little disgruntled there. He has to change things up if he wants to stay alive, because it's all been Hempamorn so far.
That's for sure. Good break on that sneak and throw coming in from Laverez right there. Mid homing move just to make sure that Hempamorn won't be going anywhere to the side.
True. Laverez is taking the fight to Hempamorn, and nice with punishment there from Hempamorn, really nullifying that Voltaire. And look at that, loads of the projectile. And now Laverez slowly but surely trying to dissect the defense that Hempamorn is putting up as he gains his bar.
26 seconds left on the clock right here. Laverez backing away, getting those low pokes. But of course, Hempamorn returning the favor. We can barely tell who actually has the advantage in this situation. 16 seconds left on the clock, and an Altair just forces that low crouch mix up, and Hempamorn was caught ducking.
A Hail Mary Altair there just to end things. And now Hempamorn is starting this fourth round with 1 bar and 4 health. So that is a big hill to climb. And look at that, spends it right away in the early seconds, and he is going to gain the advantage as the clock winds down.
Yeah, fireball right there. Who wants the run-up mix-up against Laverez. Laverez with a huge life deficit right here. 40 seconds left on the clock. Tries to go for those quick mids of Shaheen, just making sure to check the defense right now of Hempamorn.
Slowly but surely he is gaining a meter there. Just big life lead. You can see the difference, ladies and gentlemen. Now Laverez in the red. Can he use the range drive? No. And just like that, Hempamorn is at match point, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, battle point basically right here, and Laverez really has to pull himself together if he wants to put a stop to Hempamorn's run. Now Hempamorn, however, is backing away, being very patient right now. The pokes are coming in from Laverez, however.
The momentum is really with his side. He can't afford to just, play conservatively, but look at that. Laverez catches him slipping there with that low option. Nice low parry and skyline finish there.
Hempamorn still being very patient, using that axe kick to make sure that Laverez isn't crouching anytime soon. 30 seconds left on the clock. Silent Rise a little bit too far right there. Focus attack. Hempamorn trying to make sure that Laverez isn't going to be invading his space.
Wow, but the champions, and look at that, another low parry from Laverez to open up Hempamorn, and Hempamorn does almost have 2 bars, so Laverez has to worry about that, and my goodness, this is what he was looking for. Oh, he stopped the offense, 9 seconds left. I can't tell who has the life lead, but wow, now Hempamorn does. It's almost time, and my goodness, he's jumping, and look at that, he's look at that, Laverez out with a time up. My goodness, I believe it is now 2 apiece.
Tabla pa, grabe, oh.
So,
Hindi, oh.
even though, as you mentioned earlier, Hempamorn can see that medal within reach, Laverez manages to push him just a little bit further backward. Not quite yet. Good
Yeah, just denying him, and that must be a little frustrating because he was so close and losing from a time up. And this is what's very crucial about Tekken, ladies and gentlemen. Hempamorn cannot let the momentum slip in Laverez's favor because so far it is kind of looking that way because, that was a very tilting finish there in favor of Laverez.
Yeah, it definitely isn't the kind of finish that you want to experience, especially on the grand finals of SEA Games 2019. So let's see if this will have an effect on Hempamorn in this match. But then again, Hempamorn does have the twice to beat advantage. So even if he loses this one, he still has an entire set to take down Laverez.
He does, and he's still sticking with Akuma. He still has his other characters in his pocket if he needs to choose it, but he is locking in with the demon.
Oh, and there's the active once again. Hempamorn not quite stingy when using that move. Despite its low speed, he uses it at the proper range just to make sure that Laverez isn't coming in.
He's been landing a lot of those, so I think Laverez really needs to pay attention to when he's going to pull it out. With these low, vicious stomps have been doing the damage. Look at that. See, just nullifying the focus attacks that are coming out of Hempamorn.
Guys, why not? You know that the power crushes are coming in, so use that blow to really put a stop to it. Now there's the mid-homing move coming in from Laverez. He has the life advantage right now. 23 seconds left on the clock.
Again, fishing for those counter hit axe kicks. And now look at this. Laverez really sticking and moving and really winding down the clock. Still, I can't tell who's in the life advantage. I believe it is now it is in Hempamorn's favor.
That's for sure. Laverez, he needs to close the gap right here. Down back to it. And Hempamorn gets that first round with 5 seconds left to spare.
And man, he wants to make this an early night for Laverez, but Laverez is doing everything in his power to keep this train going.
I see 2 into that demon flip slide. Laverez caught watching right there. Hempamorn with a nice life advantage. Blocks the slide as well. Able to convert all the way to the wall.
The defense on Hempamorn, he is just putting up the walls of Jericho of defense, and so far it is putting up. And look at that, gonna end it with a perfect, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Hempamorn is at match point.
Iron wall of defense and an unrelenting flurry of offense as well. Laverez unable to respond. Now here we go. He gets a low poke right there, trying to keep it simple, keep it safe for now. 10 seconds having passed, no huge engage from the both of these.
Not quite again like it is with Hempamorn. The X factor does go with Laverez, even though you can say that Akuma has the comeback factor, but Laverez has that, that grit for him to bite down on the mouthpiece and just march him down, and another rising elbow there, that hawk edge finding its mark, and the double scorpion is almost going to do it, 1 chip away. He has to be very careful, and a down 4. Laverez extends his life.
Yes, he has yet to fall down. He's hanging on by a thread, but he is very much much alive. Hempamorn, however, not shying away. Burns the meter. Nice stuff from Laverez. A little bit late on the punch.
And then he's had a little too much of those rising elbows and nice tsunami kicks there from Hempamorn. Gets the ultimate tackle and nice throw escape there from Laverez. Laverez is in a big life deficit, but look at that, walks into a machine gun.
That's for sure. Laverez tries to go for a cross-up this time. He wants the damage, but Hempamorn not quite falling for it. 35 seconds left on the clock. Hempamorn is backing away almost to a corner, but Laverez still being patient despite the life deficit.
Yeah, they're both practicing the patience. They're trying to fish for something big. But man, Laverez does have a life deficit and big axe kick there from Hempamorn, and this could be it. And ladies and gentlemen, your 30th SEA Games champion, your